This is the Echo Show 15, Amazon's largest Echo. It can be wall mounted or put on a stand like this. Not only does it have the larger screen, it adds a new interface and some additional features. But before you go out and buy one, I think there's some things you should know about this. Let's take a look. Now, if you'd like to learn more about the Echo Show 15 or check out my unboxing video, there's links down in the description. I do like this new design. I think it looks great as a picture frame with the matte black sides. I did notice fingerprints aren't sticking to it. It has the full glass front and with the border that gives it that picture frame look. With the camera, I like that it can blend into it, but overall clean look. Now, if you're wall mounting it, it's not super thick. The design, I'm not a huge fan of the white, but the stand complements it nicely. None of it feels cheap. It all feels pretty sturdy. I do wish it was a stand that I could rotate the orientation on it. The speakers are on the back. Doesn't lean to the best sound. It does help a little bouncing off the wall. You got some microphones on the top, a couple back there, two on the sides. I think this is great and goes along with Amazon's vision of ambient computing, since this can blend into the surroundings more, since it does look like a picture. Now, one of the biggest things to consider is the size. It doesn't matter what features it has if you have no place to put it. On a stand, this may be too big to put on your counter. That's one of the experiences I had for where I wanted to put it. Could be kind of big to put on a desk, but too small to put on the wall. Right where I was gonna put it, where I had a plug underneath, it just felt tiny hanging there. Where it would look good hanging doesn't really help me in the media side of things. So definitely something to consider with its new design. Here's a little size comparison next to the 8 and 10. And it's a big step up. It's a laptop screen on your wall. Now, when it comes to mounting, the stand I'm using, it just screws into the back, into the VESA mounts. So you can mount this onto a monitor arm if you want, or another VESA mount. The mount that it comes with is a big mount. It comes with anchors. You're supposed to anchor these 4 screws. So you definitely need to think about how you want to use this, because when you put anchors in, it's kind of a pain to patch those holes. I am disappointed that there is no hook spots on the back. We have a mirror that weighs 100 pounds and we have it hanging. So it'd be nice just to be able to hang it from 2 points on a hook or something. But definitely think about where you're gonna mount it. If you want it for media, I highly recommend mounting horizontal. If you want it just for information, vertical looks pretty cool. Now let's look at this big change, the interface. I do like it. We do have the options to customize and add widgets and make some changes that were never there before. So it's great to have information that's more useful to you, but I want to manage expectations. At this point, you can only do so much. Some of the options are limited, and we'll talk about widgets in a bit, but it's a nice step forward. Once you make a request, much of what you see is going to be similar to other Echoes, such as this joke that I asked about, and it looks just like the Echo Show 10. And then you go home and you have this new interface. Here's a look at horizontal, and on the left-hand side, this would be like an Echo Show turned sideways, the format. And then you have your widgets. You see 6 of them. You can swipe over to see the rest. And if you have any beyond that, keep swiping. If you want to bring down your different options here, click on that. One of the things in horizontal that I don't like is the space isn't necessarily utilized as well. It kind of defaults to what you would see on a regular Echo Show. Like, for example, seeing these in a row as opposed to using up more of the space. Now here's a look in vertical. When in vertical mode, it's like you have a Echo Show up on top, then you have the new widgets, and you see your first 6 widgets. To see the rest, you'd swipe them up. I like the way it looks in vertical. I definitely think this is better for sharing information. Now, there's some things that look better in this vertical format. I think when you go to the smart home and you see the different tiles laid out this way, it works a lot better and looks a lot better than the horizontal bar that you get. And that's the case at various places throughout the device. Here's a look at video, and it'd be nice if it just played in that top section and left everything else. Instead, you just look at a bunch of empty black bars. Like I mentioned, the widgets are a nice addition, but they do have limits to them. It is nice being able to see the 6 widgets right off the bat, and then you can swipe over, see additional widgets. And then if you want to add them, you hit the plus sign. And here are the choices that are currently out. Some of them have a large option. So if I wanted to add a large calendar, it'll add that widget onto the screen. Now there's a few options of things that you can do a large widget. Unfortunately, smart home control is not one of them. When you tap on a widget, many of them go to a larger version that offers more details. Unfortunately, some of the ones you may want to go for that larger format, such as the smart home controls, do not do that. I would like to see Amazon make more widgets for their own stuff. Like David, one of our viewers suggested, maybe timers, so you can see active timers running. Another one he mentioned was maybe a quick drop-in. If there's one Echo you always drop into, hopefully we'll see other developers too. Like, I'd love to have my Life X scenes in here that turn on my video look, and other options from some of the manufacturers that I use. Next big change is this 15.6-inch screen. It is a full HD screen, meaning it's 1080p. I do think it's a good looking screen. I would say it's one of Amazon's best screens. Definitely makes for a better looking device, especially when you put it in photo frame. You get some cool pictures on there. It really looks nice. Watching content.
Copy that loud and clear, Rocinante.
Here's a look at it next to the Echo Show 10 playing a movie. The place I saw this was in the kitchen to replace my Echo Show 10, so in the morning I could turn on the morning news. A new feature I like that works well on this device is photo frame, because it does look like a picture frame when it's not in use. It's kind of cool to put some photos in there, some of the landscape stuff. And you could call it up using your voice, or you can swipe down from the top and bring it up. This will show photos that you choose. They really look great because they do dim around the edges, so there is some dimension to it. And then with the border, and if you have the camera closed, it really does look like a picture. When you're in photo frame mode, when you make a request, it's going to be an overlay. Alexa, what's the weather today? And then after it's done giving you the information you want, that overlay is going to go away. Unfortunately, there is no option that when you walk up, it shows you your stuff automatically or it wakes automatically. You do have to ask for it to be turned off or go back to the home screen. Some annoyances with it is you can't control the speed of as it scrolls through, so it can be a little fast. Also, when you walk up to it, it doesn't recognize you. It just stays in the picture mode. Now let's talk about the sound. Depending whether you mount this on a wall or you use it on a stand, it's going to change how it sounds. They are rear firing speakers, so it is going to bounce sound off of the wall. When it's on a stand, it may not have a surface to bounce the sound off the same. So here's a little sound test. I did put up something behind it to bounce the sound around so you could hear the difference between the two. Here it is next to the Echo Show 8 and 10. As you can see, the little 1.6-inch speakers don't have a lot of low end to them. It does get louder than I expected, but that mid and low end is kind of weak. If you're looking for the best sound with the screen, definitely go with the Echo Show 10. Now, smart home control, for a lot of people that watch my channel, this is a big one. I know folks out there that are looking for a dashboard to control their smart home. This really isn't it. The widget that's on here, when you touch it, it doesn't expand to show you more devices. I can't do anything with that. So I am limited to just my favorites that are set up within the app. For the rest of your devices, you got to go through pretty much the same steps as the other Echoes. You can't rearrange your favorites per device. The favorites are locked in based on the app. Don't buy this if you're thinking about this as a smart home dashboard. I would really consider like the Fire HD Plus tablet with the wireless charging stand, because that will give you a true dashboard when it's opened up as a tablet. I'm really hoping they'll fix that so you could just tap on and get to your smart devices. Right now, kind of a lot of wasted space when you do select something. It goes full screen. Do we really need all that? So it needs some work. It's a good start. but not a dashboard yet. Next is the 5 megapixel camera. This, I'm surprised it's not the 13 megapixel found in the Echo Show 8 and the Echo Show 10. Those allow for, since it's an ultra wide, it allows for it to frame down for a person and keep them within the frame, and a second person comes in and expands the shot. This isn't going to have that. What this does have, though, is the camera now uses visual ID. So if you walk up to it, it'll recognize it's you. In this section, it'll show information that's related to you. That is a nice addition there. It still could use some more personalization. You can also use the camera to check in on your house by going into the app and just turning on the camera. It will alert somebody on the other end, so there's no surprising somebody who might be in the room with the camera. You can also use the camera for drop-in if you want into another room. If you don't need the camera, you close it and it blends in nicely. Now let's talk about performance. It does use Amazon's new AZ2 processor. It feels a little bit quicker, but again, I want to manage expectations. A lot of stuff, if it depends on the cloud, is about the same speed. If it can be handled locally, it goes a little bit quicker, but it doesn't fly through things. We're still at the pace of other Echo shows. If you're looking for a huge speed increase, this didn't bring it, but I do like that it is quicker. And now the recommendations, if you have the space for it and you could put it somewhere that you could take advantage of the features, yeah, I recommend it. It's a good looking device. I've seen other videos with people with bigger counters than myself, and it looks great. I like this particular stand. I like the easel look. I really don't see myself rotating it, so I don't need one of those stands. But I think if it's gonna look like a picture frame, having a little easel look is a nice way to go. If you're looking for a lot more speed, a big dashboard to control your smart home, you're looking for great sound, this isn't the Echo to get. If you want better sound, I would go with the Echo Show 10. You get all the current features out of it. You get sound that's very similar to the Echo 4th generation, and you get the motion with it. And it'll also fit in places better than this may. Now, what do you think of the Echo Show 15? Is this something that you would want on your counter or on the wall? Let us know in the comment section. Next, make sure to check out this video over here. There's some great information in there. I'm not just saying it because I made it. I watched it and I was like, wow, this is pretty good. So maybe you should check it out. Thanks for watching. Bye.